Yeah, hello. Anybody, well, you guys let me know if you can hear me. If I have this all set up right, you should be hearing me. I don't know if you can or not, but. Oh. What are they doing out there mowing the lawn already? Getting a tree chopped up that fell apart on one of our storms we had the other night. It's out on the road or on the sidewalk, and they're over there. The city's chopping up that tree, putting it through the chipper. As the tree snapped in half. When we 3 4 nights ago we had some bad winds. We had a couple bad storms come through here lately. I don't know what, and that's the first topic I want to talk about is the weather around here has just been. Say what, Ken? Where is Doug or Rick? Looking right here. Um, our weather has been a little problematic, I guess I should say. It's been good, but then with the humidity and the heat, like later on this evening, I do strongly suspect we're going to get some nasty weather again because our humidity is up to that point where it's going to start pulling in whatever is around it, the weather around our area, North Dakota or Canada or wherever. Um, Hopefully it won't. Hopefully we'll have some decent weather tonight. We had a beautiful evening yesterday. We had a little bit of rain for about a half hour and it stopped. So yeah, I'm hoping this bad weather stays away from us for a while. And the good thing is we never lost electricity in any of those storms, especially when the wind got as bad as it was last week. I think the city has been working on upgrading their system, their utilities, so the electricity doesn't go out as much or as often as it used to. Like 3 or 4 years ago, our electricity used to go on and off twice a week. Usually Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday, you just on, off, and then it would come back on and it'd stay on. So that hasn't done that for, God, what, 8 9 months? And we haven't lost our electricity here. I can't remember the last time we. Actually, we did. About 2 months ago, it did. 3 months ago, it did. The electricity did shut off and turn right back on. It did it so fast that it didn't trip my computers. I find that surprising, but it happens so fast. It was just on off. And I can tell it did that because the. I'll show you guys if you can see it. That thing on top of my door, right there, that's actually the locking mechanism or whatever you call it that does the clicking on the door when our electricity just goes on and off really quick. That's the thing you hear. It just makes a loud. And our electrical fuse box that has breakers in it. It also snaps quite loudly. I'm crooked. Maybe it's just my webcam that's crooked. I don't know. I'm in the normal state of crookedness, so if anything else is standing straight, because I'm off balance. But hello, guys. Hello. How are you all doing today? I'm hoping you're doing pretty good. Let's see who's all here. Tony, Ken, yes. Hello, yes. Williams off of 2025. Am I doing better? Hey, Long Dog. Hey, One Fish. Nice to see you here. John Williams. Hello, guys. Okay, yeah, the next thing I need to talk about, and I didn't write that down, health. That's kind of, it's there, but it's not. I'll explain to you what I mean by that. Health. So here's the news. Um, it's kind of got a little worse since I last talked to you. Even though I look like I'm doing fine. Inside of my body, I'm not. Um, One thing they discovered yesterday, unfortunately, is my blood pressure has decided to take a ride to the top of the scales. Um, it's a lot hotter. It's like 190 over something, 88, and they said that's. My mom freaked out in the clinic when she saw what my blood pressure was. She stood up, said, "Oh my God, you gotta." So what the nurse and my mom are telling me, I'm not really listening to what my mom's telling me, but the nurse said I need to drastically get my blood pressure. They do things weird here with blood pressure, which is I was just thinking about that here a little while ago. Talk to you guys about um, what they're gonna probably do if I don't get control of it myself, which I probably won't because I'm not gonna stop drinking Mountain Dew. Um, I'll cut back a little bit, but I'm not gonna completely quit. They're gonna do a series of tests on me, and then they're gonna get me on some medication. And the way they do it here, it takes a while, but they say your blood pressure is here, like here. They'll actually bring your blood pressure down lower than what it's supposed to with the medication, and then slowly bring it back up just to about where it's supposed to be. So they're gonna keep me a little smidge bit under, so I have some flex room to go above normal and then drop below normal. So if I want to have a 20 ounce of Mountain Dew, I can. I'll go over my limit, but there's some variation they're going to consider okay. If it goes too high, they're going to back me back down, and I got to stay away from salt, but everything I eat is salt because I eat processed food, so it eventually the nurse told me eventually she said that's gonna do you in. You can't keep doing that. And I said, ma'am, I've been doing this for 30 some years. She said that's gonna catch up to you one of these days. My mom wanted to smack me when I just said I didn't say what I was thinking, but what I was thinking was, oh well. Um, so that's kind of the thing on that. My hernia, I have the surgery for that on the 16th of July. I said the 19th. I said the 19th. It's actually, I think the 16th or something like that, or whatever I said. I'm not so scared about it now as I was the first time I had surgery. I mean, getting knocked out cold. I mean, completely knocked out. Um, for me, can be a little problematic, especially this last time. When I had that colonoscopy about 2 years ago. Boy, they knocked me out cold hard because I was when the nurse or doctor or whoever my mom had me bring me back home. The reaction that I got from that anesthesia or whatever it was is I could not remember the car ride from the hospital to when I got up to my apartment. All that is like I blacked out, but yet it wasn't because I was intoxicated. It's because that anesthesia or whatever they're using on me was still running through me even though I was awake. I didn't remember any of that. Um, and I do remember just kind of snapping out of it. And I was sitting on the edge of my bed and like, what the hell am I doing? Oh, that's right. I just got home now. I looked at the clock on my computer. I looked at my phone. It's like, damn, I've been here over an hour. Oh my God. So I laid back down. I just pretty much slept for the rest of the day. I was completely out of it. My back. Damn thing. They've got me on some medication that's. One of them is an opioid. How do you say that word? Opioid. And that's the oxycodone. They only gave me 4 or 5 pills of that because they don't want me getting addicted to it. The muscle spasms have kind of somewhat stopped. I feel a little twitch every once in a while, but Not like it was when like, ow, oh, ouch. It's just a little tingle in my back. Now is what I feel, and I don't twitch as hard if I do at all. So that medication is doing what it's supposed to, thankfully. Um, I don't know. Anything else you guys want to know about my health? It's going all right. It's not what I'd consider great, but it's not at the point where I needed to be hospitalized yet. Oh, with my hernia surgery, they are going to keep me overnight. My mom wouldn't let that go. She just said that I live alone and I'm not going to go to my mom's house just for an overnight, just to be cared for. So the surgeon that I talked to, Dr. DeValerie or whatever his name was, he said, well, then he'll have to stay one night in the hospital. So I don't like the hospital because the beds are uncomfortable. I won't sleep that night. I'll just sit up and watch TV all night. I know even with the trazodone, the 100 and some milligrams of trazodone, I will not sleep 1 minute in that hospital. Because all you hear behind me is that drip thing, that IV drip or whatever, and that machine, all it does is beep, beep, beep. It's like, oh my God, shut it off. That's what, and I asked her last time I was there to disable the beeping, and she said, I can't do that because it would cut the signal from their desk. It does something they don't want it to do when they, I think they can. I think she just gave me an excuse that she didn't want to do it. So and that's why she asked me at 4 o'clock in the morning, why are you still up? I can't sleep. I asked you guys to disable that beeping. You won't do it, so I'm going to be up all night. She didn't like that too much. She actually told me to go back to bed. It's 3:52, Rick. Go back to bed. I'm like, why? I can't sleep. Eventually, they directed me back to my bed, and that's where I stayed until 8:40 or 8:45, whenever it was. My doctor came to see me, and she looked at me and says, Rick, you look very, very tired. It's like, because I didn't sleep all night. I can't. You got the beeping, you got these uncomfortable beds, and I'm in a environment that I don't like being in. And here's the other kicker. That nurse comes in at 2 a.m. to take blood out of my arm. This arm. So they go right about here and just stab me, and they always do that about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd be really upset if they did that when I'm dead asleep. And and the nurse has at times had to wake me up. It's like, hey, Rick, what? Oh no, not again. Just lay her. And she told me not to jump or move when she put the needle in, and I kind of, ouch. She looked at me and said, I thought I told you not to do that. I didn't say anything. I just, whatever. She was pissed off at me. She walked out, slammed the door shut. Whatever. I don't really care because I don't want to be here, so I'm not going to cooperate with you guys. Even though it is, the surgeon said I have to be cared for or looked after for 1 day. So if they get the surgery in the morning, I go and stay in my hospital bed till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock the next morning. I get discharged. I'll be fine with that. But another thing, I got an owie on my leg. I don't know if you guys can't see it. This camera angle shit, it goes that way when I want it to go this way, and it goes up when I want to, it's backwards. So I can't show you I just sliced the skin off my part of my knee. It's not bleeding or anything, but kind of got too close to a wall, and I pulled my leg out to kind of stop, and ouch! What the? Ooh! Sliced the skin off. That's all I did. That's why it's not really bleeding, but it doesn't hurt. I did wash it. I did clean it, so don't worry, guys. It's not infected. I do what most people don't do with wounds. They just let it sit there and whatever it happens. But I did take a washcloth and get a hot rag and just kind of gently dab at it to get the dirt out of it. That peroxide or peroxyrol, whatever you use, people say you're not supposed to feel that because it fuzzies and it turns white. Then peroxide, when you put that on me, it sends me right through the roof. Oh my God, it's just, oh. That is horrible. For me, it's just god awful. And most people, so I can sit there and I don't feel a thing. With me, I do. And if they put peroxide on that, yeah, no. That's why I'm not telling anybody about it. I'm just gonna let it heal. See, the thing is, they asked that I don't have any open cuts, wounds before surgery. Well, I hope that little thing on my knee heals up because I'll cancel it. I can't have any open wounds or any cuts on my body when I go through that procedure. So if this doesn't heal up and they see a scab there, they might can't. Because I asked her about that. If I do have an ab, which unfortunately I did, I wasn't expecting it. I just got too close to that wall and I didn't think I was. She said, "Well, if you have an open wound, we'll have to cancel that. I cannot have any open wounds or cuts." Which reminds me, that cut there at my hand, it needs to heal. That's a cut that I did yesterday on the computer builds. Ouch. I didn't realize that. Whatever. Enough of that crap. Oh, what else? What are we going on here? Am I in a hospital? No, not now. I will be probably, I said the 16th. They'll keep me in the hospital overnight. I'm at home right now. This right here, this environment you're seeing, this is my apartment. I can prove it to you because there's my stove right there. There is, well, you can't see it, but right next to the stove, to the left of the stove is my sink, and to the left of that is my microwave. So yeah, I'm at home. I'm not sure why you were thinking I was in the hospital. Maybe because I'm talking about it. No, I'll be there on the 16th, and I'll only stay there a short period of time, and they'll discharge me. They just need to make sure that after a procedure like that, you see, I'm supposed to have someone stay overnight, but there's no place for someone to stay overnight here. So they're going to keep me overnight for observation, just to make sure that this hernia surgery after 14 hours is okay. If they think it's okay and I'm doing fine, no pain or very little of it, they'll discharge me. Now, if they come back in the morning and they say, "How you feeling, Rick?" It's like, well, I had an uncomfortable night. I don't know why, but this is hurting. It feels like it's pulling itself apart. They'll readmit me and I'll stay in the hospital for a second day until they can take an x-ray of it and get a proper look of it and see what's going on. Even if I'm feeling crappy and I feel like that's pulling itself apart, I'm just going to tell them, "Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm wonderful, feeling good. Give me my breakfast and let me out of here." Yeah, even if I am in pain, I just don't want to be there any longer. Being there for the amount of time that I'm going to be there is going to be bad enough. Sorry, guys. It's not working the way I thought. Okay, crooked. I don't know why it does this. It sits straight and then all of a sudden it just... That's why I keep in the thing, whatchamacallit. I need to get a short mini stand. But as far as health, that's all that's going on. It's nothing major, nothing serious. Nothing you guys need to worry about except for maybe my blood pressure, which is continually going up and up and up and up and up and up. Eventually it'll put me in the hospital and cardiac arrest, and I'll have probably a stroke. And that's what the nurse told me, is if I do not stop this, you're either going to have a heart attack, stroke, or you're just going to completely die because your blood pressure is at the point where we need to do something, but if you don't want us to, we won't. But I told him not to. I said, just leave it alone. I'm alive for now. That's all that matters. Yeah, but how long do you want to live? I told her again, I'm alive for now. That's all that. She said, okay, fine. And then she said she will admit me to the hospital if it gets to the point where I'm picked up by the ambulance. There will be no choice. My blood pressure will come down. Like, whatever. I don't really care. I'm feeling fine. Yeah, my heart's racing, maybe just a smidge, maybe harder than it should be, but again, I'm fine. I tried stressing that to him yesterday. I feel perfectly fine. except for my back and this hernia. As far as the blood pressure stuff affecting me, it's not affecting me. I told her to quit worrying about it. She said, "Okay, fine." She just wrote it off her list. Blood pressure, she crossed it out. She's not gonna. They're not gonna talk to me about it anymore. Um, it's not affecting me yet, and if it starts doing that, then I might take precautions as to bringing it back down. But for right now, guys, I'm doing fine. The hospital and my mom are overreacting. They're saying right now I'm in the dying process, which I'm not. I need to stress that I'm not dying. But the nurse said your blood pressure, you're gonna probably have a stroke or a heart attack that you will not survive. I told him I doubt it. I really don't think I'm that bad. I think you guys are overreacting. So my mom says, "Okay, that's it. We're done." She dropped me. We went from the hospital to my apartment building without saying a word. And she didn't like what I said. It's my life. And I'll tell you guys the same thing. Don't be directing me and telling me how to run my life or my health. I'll do what I want to do. And if I die in 2 weeks, yeah, I have cut down the Mountain Dew. I've only had one this morning. And that's all I'm going to have. As far as food, I'll have to start probably looking at the salt content or the sodium or whatever they call it. Just to make sure that doesn't get too out of control. I mean, I guess I can take care of it a little bit, but I really don't want to. All right, back in chat. Do I use Linux? No. No, I don't use Linux. I would kind of sometime like to. I gotta go back to the chat, top of the chat, guys, and catch up with you guys, so excuse me. Oh, doggone, I'm second. Yeah, yeah, Ken, you are. I have the XP already. What the hell are you talking about, Ken? I have the XP. Yeah, I noticed that XP. I don't know what that is. But I'll get to you, Ken, when you say what that is in the comments. I'm at the very top right now. Hello, Darren. How you doing? I will be number one. Oh, somebody's always fighting for number one position. It's funny. Who's gonna be first? Okay, the 5 minutes have passed. My test is over. I don't know what that XP thing is. That kind of reminds me of the Windows XP or whatever it is. I don't know what that is. Hey Tony, I did get your I did get that Windows key and it did work. That computer in the bedroom is now activated. And I think I'm just gonna do the online upgrade, even though your people are advising people not to do that. To avoid that problem again, I'll probably just do the online upgrade, which they're really not suggesting you do that nowadays. They're saying just a wipe, but I've got someone. We'll talk about that in a minute. Not gonna get ahead of myself. Okay, almost caught up here. The hell you? Sounds like loose wires. They're gonna happen on transformers, and it's very difficult for the power company to find. I don't know if you were talking about what I was talking about, but they're just out there chopping up a tree because it literally got snapped in half when we had that really gush of wind last week. I can't remember what day it was. I mean, my windows, it sounded like it was going to blow my windows in. And it lasted for about 3 seconds. But that tree didn't survive it, and it snapped in two. And the transformer is right next to it, so I'm sure they're looking, that green box for the telephone or whatever. They're probably looking into that to see if it got any damage, but I didn't see any. I went by it several times today. And it looks like it's fine. John Williams, hello. Probably said hello to you already, so. Yeah. Williams' office. Yeah, the vampires. Yeah, the hospital. Yeah, I'm much better about getting blood taken from me. I just kind of just look away, just hurry up, get it over with, and that's it. They're done. By the time I say, she's done, she's pulling the blood. I just get uncomfortable with it. Most people, most people can stare at their arm. Go ahead, stick the needle there. No. I can't do that. I tried that once, and I ended up turning my head because I saw that needle. I'm like, oh my God, no. So I had her stand, the other nurse kind of stand over here. My arm was stuck outward. I'll do it this way. My arm was stuck out this way. She rolled up my thing. She put the needle, but I was looking this way, talking to the nurse. I wasn't even paying attention to what the other nurse was doing. And then she says, okay, Rick, we're done. I'm like, huh? Shit. Oh, okay. I can't remember what the other nurse were talking about, but back to chat. Trying to keep better with keeping up with chat, guys. I know in the past I've ignored it. It's just how I am sometimes. Oh, thank you, Gospel Professionals. Appreciate it. Oh, can I do a Windows 6 video, please? What are you talking about? What kind of video do you want? And I'll probably redirect you to somebody that can do that better than I can. There's a couple I could think of, but I probably won't do that. Windows 6. There's no Windows 6. Image ringer. Oh, Vista? No. Nope. Anyone that's using Vista or Windows 7, like Chris Titus says, anybody that's using Windows 7 or Windows Vista has got a screw loose. Because you shouldn't be using that. The only thing I talk about today and moving forward, I don't talk about yesterday. I talk about today and tomorrow as far as the computer's hardware, software, and computer news. Why talk about something that was from yesterday? That makes no sense. So if you're wanting people to talk about Windows 7 and Windows Vista here, please go to a different channel because that won't happen here. I keep up with the current news of Windows. Windows comes out with news or of what's happening about the Windows updates, which I'll get to that here in a second. I stay with Windows, and I really, like I said, the only reason I'd use Linux, and I'm kind of getting my butt chewed out about that. People don't want me using Linux, which I think I'm going to anyhow. Because here's the thing, guys. You may not realize this from some people that are out of the country. And I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to say this as being mean. But if I want to experiment with Windows or with Linux, that's my choice. I don't need people telling me, "Hey, you shouldn't use Linux. You shouldn't do that. Stick with what." Just stop right there. Just no. The only reason I'd use Linux is just, well, like Jim said yesterday in his video, just to keep up with its current whatever. A lot of people have told me that doing coding in Linux is easier than Windows. I don't know. I have to talk to Chris Titus about that because he does a lot of coding. He's got his Win utilities and Linux utilities, and all that software he made. He's made all that. I'd just like to catch a little edge of how that programming was, but he doesn't tell you. And usually when I watch Linux or Chris Titus is when I'm falling asleep in bed. because I'll put up 6 videos or 8 videos that last 10 hours, and I wake up within 5 hours, and the videos are still playing. But um, he would be or DistroTube. I don't know if any of you guys watch DistroTube. He's another one I could reach out to. That's the only thing I'd use it for. But really, if I was really wanting to do Linux, I would have done it by now. And as you guys can see, all these are Windows equipment, and I keep chickening out on wanting to do Linux. I hear so many bad things about it. For one thing, there is no market share. I mean, it's only like, what, 2 or 3% market share? And look where Windows is compared to Linux. I'd rather stay with a more popular, more secure operating system than going to Linux and not knowing what the Sam hell I'm doing. I just don't know anything about Linux, and I really don't want to know. That's why I've never downloaded it. How do you download Linux? I don't want to know. I don't know, and we're just going to leave it at that. So Windows is my game. So if you got Windows questions, I'll answer them. But Mac, Linux, whatever else, I'm probably going to ignore them because I don't know anything about them. Just keep that in mind. All right, back to have I installed many? Yeah, I have a few daughter boards. BH. Yeah, I've done them a couple. Not for. Actually, yeah, I did. I did again. I didn't know what I was doing. I had someone sitting and he was telling me, "Well, take that card, put it in that slab, take this, and you put it there." Like, okay, so I snapped the two together and see. Now take this and put it right below it, except flip it around. Like, flip it around. Okay, click. If someone isn't pointing out how to do it, then it'll sit in my closet forever because I have no idea as to what I'm doing with it. My hair is a mess. Need to get a haircut. All right, let's go. John Williams. Yeah, I'd be careful with that. Creating your own OS with AI. You guys are really trusting AI a little bit too much if that's what you're doing. AI is good in some places, but it just regurgitates whatever somebody else has said. And that's what that deep learning is. It goes out to a different websites, pull information from it, and then it brings it to you or however. And that's just, guys, I'll tell you this. I'm not a big fan of AI. It's not that I'm not going to employ it anywhere. It's more of the fact that I don't know how. And just like Linux, I've never had to use Linux to survive in life. I've never had to use AI to keep doing what I'm doing. AI can be nice, but there's a lot of things it gets wrong. You know, I'd say it's accidental because it's just ChatGPT. I know nothing about ChatGPT. Nothing. You couldn't talk me into using ChatGPT, and I wouldn't know what to do with it. How do you ask questions? I tried asking questions like on something, and it kept telling me your query or something is not understood or not allowed. Please try. It's like, what the hell are you telling me? I just asked you, can I do this with this in Windows, and it's saying invalid or couldn't understand my question. Like, then how do you ask it? It's asking for certain keywords and only certain keywords, and I don't know what those keywords are. And I was asking it how to do something in Windows 11, so it should have known something about Windows 11, but apparently it might not. Windows 11 might be too new for this AI to tackle. And I was asking it something, how to do something very simple. And it didn't understand me. And I tried 3 times. Like, okay, I'll try this one more time. How can I that? And the same thing came up, not understood, please, and I just shut it off. So that's my adventure with AI. It doesn't understand me, and it does not understand me. I'm not gonna play with it. If it's of all the chat bots out there, all the ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever, if they're all three or two of them gonna tell me it doesn't understand me because I don't know how to ask questions correctly, I'm just not gonna use it. If it's gonna be that fussy, then the hell with it. Unless somebody wants to spend a day or two in teaching me how to use Copilot. But again, I'm at a severe learning disability, so even if you do tell me, even if you do teach me, it's over my head. And I'm going to say, let's just stop. I'm not understanding what you're telling me. So I probably won't. Yeah, I know the world is coming to, I think, coming to a stop because everything's coming to our next AI, our next Windows operating system, is they say is going to be Windows 12, and I guess Windows has confirmed there is now going to be a 25H2. Yay! But no Windows 12 this year. Microsoft has said no Windows 12 this year. And I think if they do it, it'll be in the second half of 2026. 26H2 or whatever they're going to call it. I think that's when they might do Windows 12. If they do. They haven't really said they're going to, but they did say Windows 12 will be deployed, but the time and date is unannounced. I'm thinking the end of 2026. So that's my thoughts on that. Hello, Ski Man. Yeah, it's for the kids. Yeah, I kind of agree. It's for people that know how to talk to AI, and you got to talk to AI in a specific way. Because, like I said, I've tried it, and it just errors out on me. Not understand query, and I get red X's, circle red X's, and it's not understanding me. So it's either the tone of my voice, which nobody likes. Apparently, AI doesn't like it because it doesn't know what it's listening for or listening from. So I must sound like I'm not a human being to AI because when I hit that speaker button and I speak into the microphone and I ask it how do I do this with this and how do I move this? Basically, I was trying to do some networking stuff. And one of the questions I asked is, can you have to use a password when you're setting up your network in your own house? It waited and it waited and it waited. I could see it searching for the answer, and eventually it came back. It couldn't understand me. Please try again. Like, okay, if I have a network with 3 computers, sharing, how do I set up the sharing without a password? Or can you set it up? I'm being told no, but Bob and some other guys here local are telling me, yeah, you can. They've got theirs set up the same way I do, and there's no password. So I was trying to ask ChatGPT, Copilot, and it didn't understand me. And apparently human beings that I'm talking to on different sites don't understand me either, because I've asked for help on that 1,000 times, and so I'm probably going to just have to get Bob over here, spend the $230, and just have him go through every computer. Well, it'll be more than $230. He's pissed off about having to come over and work on my crap again. So it'll probably be around $250, $280. He just doesn't like doing it. If I gotta come over and work on your goddamn shit again, I'm gonna charge you $250, $280 for doing it. So at some point you're gonna have to, because this needs to be set up and working. And he said, "What? You're stupid enough you can't figure it out?" On this, yes, it's not. I can go to a business and work with their network far much more easier than I can here. And he's now he's doubting. He said, "Well, maybe I shouldn't help you. Maybe I should just let you suffer." You can do that too, but eventually I'll get the answer from somebody, and somebody will be helping me. But if by the end of next week, yeah, Bob will come over, and I'll have $280 cash in my hand and just hand it to him, and then he'll disconnect everything and start all over. He'll probably do the Windows installs again because he says I can't do that right. Because you can't just go from setup and do it that way, because what it's doing on mine, it's doing that MBR and not GBT or whatever it is. Not GBT, but GHT or whatever that other older one is. It's sending it. All of them here, I think, are MBR. Because when you just do that setup, the way I do it is I just stick the mother USB thing in, restart my computer, and Windows setup starts. That, for me, as I've looked at all my computers and the hardware, is on some of them MBR. I know that one's MBR. I don't know the one in the bedroom. I don't know if it is or not. I'd have to look. Because you can go into the About page, or wherever you go, and you go to the, BIOS version, and it should say UEFI, or it's not UEFI. And I don't think mine's UEFI on any of my computers. I don't think they're UEFI. So he wants to come over and straighten that out, and then he's going to separately charge me for that. Mine aren't set up right because I did the setup wrong. He said you did it wrong. So he'll come over one of these days and just charging me an arm and a leg and a boatload of money to get him off MBR and get him set up the way they're supposed to. And I'm going to go back to the middle of a chat again and kind of catch up to you guys again. I keep talking, not wanting to look at the... Okay, there we are. Daughter boards. Hey, Darren. Oh, it's 1:45 already almost, so I think I'm going to cut this loose because it sounds like people are wanting to go and do other things. Like, I know Ken wants to go play golf. You other guys want to, so yeah, I'm probably going to cut this off here in a couple of minutes so you guys can go do what you want to do. Don't mean to be taking up so much of your time, guys. I didn't think I went that long, but as long as you guys are asking questions, I'll keep answering them. But I'm only going to go here probably until about 2:50. About another 10 minutes. 2:50, 2:55, something like that. Oh, John Williams, you're outside? Dang, that takes nerve. I'm imagining it's quite warm in your place, in your area. It's gonna get warm here today. It's gonna get. I'm not gonna change anything because it'll screw everything up. I need to go over to YouTube, see if that actually started. Nope, it didn't. Now it did. Now I see my picture and me moving in YouTube. Didn't start until I clicked on it. God damn it, why is it doing that? It shouldn't be. It should start, but it's not. Oh, yeah, 94 and humid. 94 and humid. Ouch. That hurts my lungs thinking about it. Owie. That's miserable. I just hope you're not staying outside too much. It's not pleasant outside. I think we're going to get into the 80s today. I just don't want to change anything. I'm just going to open my browser and do it that way. Click. See what... see, we're 83 right now. See what our high is going to be. 86. Mostly sunny and warmer, so our high is going to be 86. With a 2% chance of rain, so no rain today. Oh, what's the humidity? The winds are very high. That's very windy. 87 Wednesday, 86 Thursday, 91 Friday. I'm not going anywhere Friday, but we have a good chance of thunderstorms. 81 Saturday, 79 Sunday. Next Monday is going to be 77. Yeah, we got a few hot days here coming up, but nothing terrible, really. I mean, it's not. It's doable. What's the 16th of? The day I had my surgery, 80 degrees, 10% chance of rain. So that's what our weather is going to be on the day of my surgery is 80 degrees, sunny, and I'm going to miss all of it. But at least I like my mom said, at least I'm getting this taken care of and getting it knocked out of the park. Because if it gets worse, uh, not gonna go down that road. So that's why I agreed immediately to getting this fixed because I need to. Have I been able to bike at all? Surprisingly, um, yes, I have been. It's not really hurting me to pedal. What's hurting me is this damn sitting that I'm doing now. Because it takes everything in your lower gut by your belly button and it just kind of crunches everything together when you're sitting. And that's putting pressure on the hernia. It's down here in my belly button area, umbilical, whatever you call it. I can't say it because people made fun of me last time I said it. But umbilical, however you say it. I said it wrong the other night, and someone said, "Well, I thought you said biblical." It's like, no, I just don't know how to pronounce that word. Umbilical. It's not umbilical. It's umbilical. I don't know what you call it. But sitting is the one thing it doesn't like. And she told me that. She said, every once in a while, get up and walk around, which I should start doing more often. Because you don't want that pressure sitting on that hernia. For some reason, when I'm biking, I'm more stretched out. Because I have to kind of lean forward on my bike. It pulls everything apart. So it doesn't hurt me riding my bike. If anything, believe it or not, Ski Man, it's my back that has more problems with the biking. That's why I avoid most bumps, potholes. If I just like, ouch, not my hernia saying ouch, it's actually my back. So I'm having more problems with my back biking than I am with my hernia. But that's gonna get fixed on the 22nd of July. Or have I got that date wrong? Yeah, I think it's the 22nd of July. Go down to the cities, and I wish I could give you those papers and tell you exactly what they're going to do, but I've lost a lot of papers around here. My mom asked me if I had something. I said, I don't know where it is. We'll find it. So I gotta tear my apartment apart again to find something for her. But yeah, it's just an injection shot of cortisone in my vertebrae of my back. And it just puts space between the nerves and everything. It just kind of separates everything. So it has a little bit more wiggle room in there so it doesn't get up to the nerves. See, the problem is everything's pushing against the muscles and the muscles are pushing against the nerves on my spine. So that injection shot that I get, that cortisone, just kind of takes everything. It puts a space between it. And that lasts for about 6 to 8 months. This one lasted almost a year, and then, like I said 2 weeks ago or last week, I was having some pretty nasty kicks of muscle spasms. It was getting pretty bad, and that's why I went to the hospital. Because I couldn't put up with it. No, I wasn't there for my back. It's just there for my hernia. I was in there twice. That's when the first time that's when my friend Brett took me. Um, then I went back again. So everything's being looked after. So the hernia is gonna get fixed. My back's gonna get fixed. That's all gonna happen in July. When kind of in the 16th of July, and then my back on the 22nd. So that's how it's gonna go with that. Umbilical hernia. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to butcher your name, so but um do my muscles bulge when I wake up and get out of bed? Interesting question. With the medication I'm on, that's not happening so much. When I was not on the medication, oh yeah, I'd wake up in pain. And that's what I couldn't understand. I was like 2 weeks ago, this started slowly creeping up on me. Um, I couldn't understand. I'd wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I knew something down here wasn't feeling right. Something was wrong. And I think, well, it'll probably go away. I'll just lay over and go back to sleep for a while, and it'll be better when I get up. When I rolled over onto my tummy, I immediately flipped right back over because it was starting to bulge out. And that's when I laid down and put the pressure on my stomach, and that's when I just immediately flipped back over because no. And I kind of sat up, and with my back and the hernia combined together, not good. I was getting punched from the front and getting punched from the back. So I was having two ends of my body punching me. My hernia was punching me this way. My muscle spasms were punching me that way. So it's no wonder I'm walking like a, I don't know. I was just walking funny, and everybody was noticing it. That's why I just came home and just stayed home because they were starting to laugh at me. They said, "Rick, you're walking funny. What's wrong with you? You can't walk right." He's gonna fall over. Like, Mark, shut the. I said, screw it. I just came back home. I'm not gonna deal with them making fun of me. But at its worst, I was kind of walking crooked because that's the comfort zone for me. I kind of walk crooked and one shoulder lower than the other, and I can't do that. Um, I was walking kind of funny, and the people downstairs on second were starting to laugh at me. He's like, "What's wrong with you, Rick? You're not walking straight. You're fucking crippled." No, I'm just having a bad back day. Oh, sure. Everybody says they have a bad back day. That's their excuse. And then his girlfriend got up in front of him and said she told him to shut up. I think she understood me a little bit better than he did. So, but yeah, I was waking up in the morning with this whole thing sticking out. It was painful in the morning, but that in fact that only lasted 2 nights, two mornings. I think it was last Tuesday or whatever day on the live stream of Ken's. He started at 9 p.m. and I told everybody in his chat that I think I'm going to end up going to the hospital because this pain isn't getting any better. It's actually getting worse. So he got concerned. I think everybody got concerned when they heard that I was going to go to the hospital. I did go. That's when I'll show you something here, Nazer. The hospital did give me something to help with this hernia. I don't know if you ever seen these, Nazer. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. I didn't get a close look at it, but I'm going to show you something. I don't know if any of you Again, I'm going overtime, but like I said, as long as you guys are asking questions, decent questions, I'll stay around here for a while. But for anybody that's got to leave, do other things, that's fine. But I'm probably going to stay here just a little bit longer. This is the waist belt. It's already dirty. Waistband, and it's supposed to put pressure on where my hernia is, so it doesn't bulge out. That's what this is for. I put it around my supposed to be wearing it, but I'm not. The nurse kind of got and I put it around me like so. Well, kind of goes like this, and it protects my hernia, which is right in here. And it kind of, if I tighten this, it puts pressure in there, right in this area, so that hernia can't bulge out. Which, when it does that, oh my God, it's painful. I'm glad none of you guys experience this kind of pain, because it's god awful. It is just, Ski Man, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about as far as pain that you don't want anybody else to experience. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. Well, I might, but I know other people would have courtesy not to wish it to their worst enemy, but I would. I've got enemies out there, and I wish they'd kind of have my pain for a day, see how they feel. They make fun of me because they just don't understand. They probably never had a hernia that's as serious as mine, or they've never had the back problems that I have that are so extremely painful. People that do that they just don't understand. So that's why I really didn't get mad at them. I just left. I just said, okay, you guys are gonna be like that. I'll head back upstairs, and fuck you too. And Mark told me to F off, and you're a fucking nigger. Like, Mark, shut the... No. I did tell the office about it, and Kathy told me that she tried to talk to him, but he just mouthed off to her. So, thankfully, Mark is moving. He's moving across the bridge. I think next month. This month. I hope soon, because he's a prejudiced guy in the building, and now he just doesn't talk to me. I pass him, he doesn't say a word to me. And he's got everybody else around here not talking to me because he's talking to everybody. I talked to Jerry yesterday. It was the guy in a wheelchair. I asked him, how come you're not talking? Well, because I was told not to. Whatever. All right, back to chat. But that's kind of where I'm at. So to answer your question, yeah, there are some mornings I do wake up in a lot of pain and everything's sticking out, and that's the other thing the doctors told me, is to stay away from the Mountain Dew, stay away from caffeine, sugar, because it will make that hernia worse. It's not doing you any favors at this moment for drinking Mountain Dew or drinking anything that's potentially not good for you, because it's going to go against your hernia, and it's fighting back of what's attacking it. So what the hernia wants to do is just burst outward, which is outward out of your gut area, to get away from whatever my stomach is working with. If I drink nothing but Mountain Dew, and things will flare up my ulcerative colitis, my hernia is going to react to that. And believe me, I know when it reacts to it. Ew. So yeah, it's not fun, but it is getting fixed. If my mom wasn't alive and my dad wasn't bugging me about it, I might not do anything about it, but that causes problems. So yeah. Yeah, that's true, Ski Man. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nazer. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, once I quit this bullshit that I'm doing that's causing these issues, I'm addicted to Mountain Dew is the problem, just like someone that's addicted to beer, and eventually it kills them if they drink a 6-pack a day. That's kind of where I'm at. Eventually it'll cut me out of life, but I am cutting back. I'm not having the 3 or 4 20 ounces of Mountain Dew a day. I had one this morning, and that was it. I think when I take my blood pressure tonight, it'll be elevated, but not probably as high as it was yesterday at the clinic, which my mom contributes that to being in the clinic, talking to a doctor. Everybody gets nervous. Everybody gets a little scared. Your mind reacts to that, and so does your blood pressure. My blood pressure was elevated yesterday. And I think that's because I was sitting in the office worrying about what are they going to say about my hernia. Do they want me in the hospital today? We do this surgery tomorrow? Or there's a lot of in-betweens. So I talked to the nurse, then I talked to the surgeon. He's comfortable with waiting till the 22nd. He said, I'm at the critical edge. I'm knocking on the critical edge door. I'm kind of just sitting there like, put me in the hospital. This is going to go kaboom. He says, I'm not to that point yet. That's why he said I'm safe. He thinks he can wait until the 22nd. As long as I wear this damn thing. He says I'll do fine. But, if it does get painful, I will put that on. It'll kind of push it back in. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll do fine till the 22nd. But I do appreciate you hoping that I'm going to feel better, and I hope everything... It will. It's just... I've been through this once before. It's never fun. So, yeah, it's 3:01 already. I guess Thursday I'll talk about the rest of this list. I was going to talk about the 2 desktops I worked on the other night. I was going to be on Ken's Zoom meeting, but I got a wild hair up and I decided to tear this computer apart, tear my bedroom computer apart, that computer apart. I got the motherboard to that one over there, and I swapped cases. I no longer have the 5000D case in the desk. It's the 4000D. So I got a 4000D here. I got a Corsair 4000D case, computer case. If any of you don't know what those are, look them up on the Amazon. I think you can find it. Just put a search. Corsair something 4000D. I have to look at the box. Oh, the 4000 Airflow mid tower. So if any of you don't know what that is, look it up. That's the computer case I'm using. I like them. They're kind of industrial looking on the top, little maybe. The 5000D has the diamond cutouts on the top, and it's got the 2 side doors. It's the problem is that 5000D is so damn heavy, and I really shouldn't have moved it the other night. It was fully loaded. It had hard drives, NVMe's, power supply, everything, and that was about 40 some pounds I picked up, and really I shouldn't have done that. But I had to take it from there, this desk, to over that table. And I tell you what, I should not have done that. Should not have. But I did. So, but that's all I did the other night, is just swapped computer cases. Finished up another build for somebody I had here. And I got another one coming here tomorrow. That is everything taken out of the box, putting it in the case, and putting it together. And no, I will not video record it because they've asked me not to. They don't want it publicized. So, and I wish I could. I wish I had the freedom to record that, but when I had him sign the sheet of paper was for him giving me permission to work on his computer. He's kind of a younger kid, maybe 22, 23. So I'm not trusting him. So I had him sign a legal piece of paper saying that you, with your name on this date, are giving me permission to work on something that, and I put on there, I don't believe is his. So I asked him, whose computer is this? He's like, well, it's mine. It's like, so I shut the door on him because he was going to leave, and I slammed it shut. I said, now I need your dad's number. Legally, I need your dad's number. He gave me his number, and I called his dad, and I said, what's this case? And his dad verified it. He said, we bought that stuff on Amazon about a week ago, and he was uncomfortable building it. His son has tried it before and had problems. So they're going to bring it to me because they already talked to Bob. Good old Bob and Baxter, the Oscar the Grouch. Oh, he's a one-man band. He's under a lot of pressure. So sometimes I don't blame him for being bitchy, but being bitchy 365 days a year, he's not necessary. So they're going to take it to Bob, but they don't want to deal with his attitude. They saw one of my papers downtown. It's Rick's Computer Repair Builds, although it's not repair anymore. I kind of got out of that. It was Windows 10, Windows 11, they're self-repairing. Self-healing or whatever they call it. I only do computer builds, so his dad verified it, and his dad didn't blame me at all for verifying that it is his computer because his son is only 22 years old. He could have stolen it. So that's why I slammed the door shut on him and said, now I need your dad's number. He gave me his dad's number, and when he left, I called him. His dad verified it. He said they bought that stuff on Amazon. I said, okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. Give me about 3 days. He said, I'll give you up to 3 weeks. We don't really need it right now. But he would like something newer, and that's what that stuff is newer. So, yeah. Jesus Christ, you have 10 hard drives. How do you keep up with that kind of mathematical nightmare? 10 hard drives. Yeah, how the wow. Oh my god, I don't know what I would do with 10 hard drives. You know what I do have? I have a caddy that, yeah, this one. Here's the thought that I'm planning on doing. I'm probably gonna put just 2 of these in the 5000D. Yeah, I'm shaking again, aren't I? Yeah, I need to cut back on something. I shouldn't be shaking like that. The 5000D is over there. I think what I might do is turn the 5000D into my server computer. And then get 2 of these. So I have 4 hard drives. And I don't know, I'll make them fit. If they don't fit in there, I'll make them fit because I'll just take these 2 nubby things here. This right here. I'll take it over to Bruss and he'll just cut this off. This one and this one. He'll just cut them off so I have more room to slide 2 of them together. So I have one here and then I have the other one here. That way I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 hard drives in the 5000D. Here's the issue. As you guys know about my spending limits from family members. You guys can take this and do with what you want with it, but if you want to help out or not, I need to acquire another 16 terabyte hard drive because I think that's part of my problem is I'm only using 1 hard drive. And Bob said also that password thing for this network thing that I'm doing, he said that's bullshit. You can get around that password, and that's one thing he's on his list of charging me to do, is he's going to get me around that password. You don't have to have, I don't know why people are telling, he's been doing this for 29 years, almost 30. He's never had to have a password for any network. Unless you put one in place. But for doing home networking, he's never acquired one where you have to do, because I have all local accounts. I don't have an Amazon, or not Amazon. I don't have a Microsoft account. I have a local account. Now you think for sharing computers that would be easier? No. I'm still racking myself, but the same problem. Bob looked at it the other day. He messed with it for he got pissed off. Says, "Yeah, I'm not messing with a shit. I don't know what kind of mess you got yourself into, but I'm not touching it unless you want me to charge you $300-400. Then I'll come back here it'll take me 6 hours to figure it out because he'll have to restart everything. He'll have to redo the operating system on that computer, this one, and get that configured so it can do a home sharing network. The way I have it set up now, he said it's never going to work. Even with that password, in that password you have, isn't working because he tried it. He said, okay, we'll take Darren's and whoever's advice. They say you got to have a password, which he didn't understand. So he put the password in. It didn't work. And he said, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It doesn't work. So I had Nate come over here. He's also certified, technically 25 years. He came and tried it. He said, no, this isn't going to work. Mike came over the next day. He tried doing it. He said, no, this is not going to work. I don't know what you're being told, Rick, but what you're told is there's something wrong. Because what you're trying to do, what they're telling you to do, it isn't working. So either they have to remote into my computer, which really makes me nervous, and do it for me on all 3 different computers, or do it the hard way, go to Bob and pay almost $400 for him to do it, and he'll spend a good 4.5 hours doing it because he's got to reconfigure all my computers that are on MBR, supposedly. That's how it does it on mine. I didn't switch it over to that other format that it's supposed to be on. So, but it works, so I'm probably just going to leave it. But that's, yeah, my plan is just getting another one of these, which I have around here. It's in another computer. Yeah, that's the other problem. I've got so many computers. I'll talk about this minis forum probably on Thursday. I didn't get to that today. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to do here is, I need to get up walking around, so, yeah, I'm gonna cut you guys loose. I do thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. This is the Rex Tech Pub. I forgot to mention that. I will try to start doing more live streams during the week. I know you guys have been kind of missing me a lot, just like wondering where I'm at. Well, it's this last couple of weeks, it's been health issues. And people telling me to stay off the internet. You don't need to be doing that right now. You need to take care of that gut. You need to get your blood pressure down and take care of yourself and don't worry about YouTube in the moment, which I'm not doing because I need to tell you guys what's going on so that you know what's going on with me and why I disappeared last week, why I didn't really do a video Tuesday or Thursday. Things just didn't line up. I was gone Tuesday. Actually, I did one Tuesday, didn't I? I think it was Thursday. I can't remember. One of those days in the week, I didn't do a live stream. That's because I wasn't here. I was either at the doctor's, the clinic, or something. Today's Monday. I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow. So what is today? It's July 1st, right? Right. I'll probably do one for Wednesday and Thursday. Same time, same place, same bad channel, same bad place. So yeah, if I'm able to, no promises. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time, yeah, I'm gonna do another video. I've got to talk about this mini computer I got. Talk a little bit more on my computers. I need to get so I can do Windows sharing or screen sharing, so when I'm on the internet, you guys can see what I'm seeing. I tried that once already, and that didn't work. I tried it Windows and Windows Screen, Windows Share, or whatever. Neither one of them for me would work. It would just bring up a black screen. It's like, you're not supposed to do that. That's not supposed to be black. That's supposed to be seeing the browser I'm on, but it wouldn't do that. So Ken, whoever, if you're around later on today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever, we need to get that set up so I can one click, one button, go over to Windows Capture, Windows Share. I don't know what it's called. so that people can be seeing what I'm seeing on the computer. And that's partly the reason I want to do that, is so that when I start doing coding or start experimenting with, God help me for saying this, Linux, um, you guys will see the snags I run into before I do, because you'll be looking at the screen as I'm typing. When I start doing something wrong, you can just put the red flag up, say stop, no, don't do that, do it this way instead. Which, that's what Chris Titus does. He starts doing something wrong. His chat will tell him, Chris, stop, you can't do that. And he looks over at chat and he reads it. Like, oh, okay, then he stops. So that's kind of what I'm leading up to, but not for Linux, Windows. I need to get my Windows screen capture, whatever it's called, so that you can see what I don't know how to do it. I tried it once, and like, even Bob tried it. The technical guy, he tried. He said, I don't know how to do this. You're asking the wrong person. I ask a lot of people in this town how to do OBS setup, screen share captured. They don't know how to do it. Nate doesn't want to mess with mine because he's an Apple guy. He said, well, if you'd switch over to Apple, I could do it, but you're on Windows. I've gone through this nightmare for the last 9 months. I'm trying to get somebody to help me on several things, and I'm just getting the horse's foot kicked into my face. So that's my story. As far as anything else, I'll do a few uploads, maybe before or after my live stream, like I'm going to do an upload now after this live stream today. Probably talk about the minis for him. I don't know. But yeah, I'm asking for a hand. I don't know. I'm reaching out to people that give me a hand on some stuff so I can get this to work like it's supposed to, instead of. And Bob said he looked at my setting file, my OS files. He looked at everything on there, things I didn't think you could do with a computer he was doing. I mean, he went through my registry so doggone fast because he knows how to do that. He's really good with his fingers on a keyboard. He really knows how to click. He said your registry is kind of messed up. There's a lot of entries in there that are dead entries. Those all need to be cleared. And I said, won't that cure itself when I switch this over to Windows 11? He said, do not count on that. He said, sometimes it doesn't. Your corrupted stuff you have in this computer will stay there. Some of it gets washed out, but really you should do a clean install if you got some in you. He said, I've got nasty stuff in here that he really doesn't think I should do the Windows update thing, but I don't want to take all my videos, and that's the other thing. I got videos I got to put somewhere. 500 gigs of videos and 23 gigs of music. I have to get all that off this computer. How the hell I'm going to get them to that computer over there? When over there under that desk the TV is sitting on, the tower is sitting right below it. How I'm going to get all that stuff over there, I have no idea. I don't really know how to do that. I don't have a flash drive that's big enough. I do not have an SSD that's big enough. This one's full. This is 2 terabyte. And I just took everything and I shoved it onto this, and I've got 500 or 400, maybe a little less than 400 gigs of space left on this. And I'll fill that quickly with videos. So, and the only other SSDs I have are 256G. So I can't put anything on there. They're only 256 gigabyte solid state drives. That's why I'm not transferring anything, because I have no way of doing it. I don't have a flash drive that's big enough, and I don't have a hard drive big enough that's not already full. So that's my other dilemma, is I've got no way of getting the videos off this computer onto the 16 terabyte hard drive I have over there. What I probably will end up doing, and I'm gonna get shot in the foot for doing this. Taking that 16 terabyte out, putting it on this computer, and just taking all my videos and putting them onto the 16 terabyte. I'm not supposed to do it that way, and I don't know if I can. I don't think I have the cords for the power supply to do that. So, yeah, I've got dilemmas I need to work out, but I need help with doing that, guys. Like I said, I have a severe learning disability. I can't figure this stuff out on my own. The stuff I am good at, I can build a computer with my eyes closed. That's the one thing I am good at. I can do it quick, fast, efficiently, and out the door it goes. I can have it done in 40 minutes. Maybe a little less if I have no distractions. I can get him knocked out of here really quick. This guy's computer he's bringing over, I'll have that done. No interruptions, start to finish. 38 to 42 minutes. Tops. So, alright guys, I'm going to let you go. Hope you all have a great afternoon. Like I said, no promises. There might be an upload, or there might try that again. There might be a live stream tomorrow. But if things don't go the way I want them to and I get pulled out of here and have to go do something else, I'll do an upload. But I will try my best to do a live stream. Oh, come on. Today, tomorrow, Thursday. That's 3 days. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. Right? Maybe. If all the stars and planets align themselves perfectly, I'll do a video live stream every single day of this week. If things go right. So, all right, guys, you all have a great afternoon. I'll see the rest of you, if the ones that I see tonight, I'll see the rest of you tonight. And a few of you, I'll see you here in a couple of minutes. Until then, guys, you have a great day, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now. Wait a minute. I'm going to stop here for a minute. Take drive out and attach with SATA USB cable computer to... Yeah, BH Ringer, I tried that. That doesn't work so well. Like I said, these computers are all they all have their own miserable problems. So, or just drive in external. Yeah, I've tried that too. That's another issue. It doesn't recognize external drives because I have it hooked up wrong. I'm not sure how to hook those up, so I don't have the equipment to do that. I know you can do it that way, but I don't have a way of taking a 3.5 inch hard drive and externally hooking it up to my desktop. I can hook up a 3.5 up to my router. I don't know if that would work. And again, I don't have any attachments to hook up to a router or to do the external 3.5 inch to a desktop. I have no attachments to do that. So, but yeah. External enclosures, yeah, I don't have any of those. We'll talk later. All right, guys. Bye for now.